Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Harihi Om. Okay, second half. So the first half was we were talking about the bubble ball's faculty of discrimination and how the difference between a belief and an understanding is about the way we think about things. And we have two types of mistakes or of an improper thinking. One is when we does not use the faculty of discrimination at all, and the other when we use the faculty of discrimination in, let's say, illogical way and establish some conclusions that are not really true. Another concept that's very important when we start to study Vedanta is to understand how the relation between teacher and student works. Very important. Because unless this understanding is properly, this faculty of discrimination is not going to be really stimulated. Sometimes we think about if we imagine a martial art movie like that Karate Kid, a boy learning from a master. We have some concept in the mind of how the master will behave, and we say, no, don't do that, do like this, and then okay, now paint the wall like this, We have that inside us. That's why when we watch the movie, there is something inside of us that we get excited and we say, oh, nice, very nice, there is a master and the student, the disciple and this, because we have it inside, But the fact is that when we connect to a teacher, we are not really able to make it like this. We are not able to make this connection in a certain way that what is said by the teacher is taken as something that's going to be good for us and not something that the teacher is trying to impose on us, his will or whatever we can think about, or he's gaining something, or teacher, if you are needing me, I will go to the class. Some students say things like this. Teacher does not need the students. Actually, we need to teach, that is true, but this is not the attitude. You need me to come? No. I was in the ashram there for 4 years, and it was very interesting. In the beginning, sometimes I needed to do something like going to the city, buying some things, or just wanting to have some different food because the ashram is every day the same food. And say, okay, I want to go. Then I went to the Swami and said, Swamiji, may I go to the city, please? I need to eat something different. He said, no. I said, okay. Then, after some time, some other person would go there and ask the same thing, And then the Swamiji would say, yes, you just go. I said, what's happening? Then third time, fourth time, fifth time, then he's get paranoid, he does not like me, he's doing something against me. And not only me, some other people also would have the same result, so we all gather together and say, these guys, I don't know why, but they don't like us or they don't want to help us. Something really weird is happening, Then one day, and it really happened like this, my mother was coming, and she was coming in a different city even, she's coming through Chennai. We were in Coimbatore. And it's very difficult for a person that does not speak the language properly, does not know the culture, is coming from an 18-hour trip in an airplane, to arrive in a city like Chennai and be happy and things go properly. Very difficult. I had to go there and to help her and receive her. It was like my duty to go. And I was fed up of this idea that I'm going to go there and he's going to say, no, you cannot go. So I just came and said, Swamiji, my mother is coming to Chennai and I'm going. Okay? Yes, he said, yes, definitely go. Then I say, what's happening? Suddenly he started to decide. Then after some time I went to talk to him. And then he said like this, you are asking me if you should study or not, if you should meditate or not, if you should do this or that, you know. You're not taking the responsibility of your study to yourself. You're the only one who can decide if you should study or not. It's not me. You are wanting to go to the city and at the same time you are wanting to study. Both things are happening in your mind. But you are not wanting to enter this other field and make a decision. You want me to decide for you, and I cannot decide for you. If you want me to decide, I will decide study. And it's not a matter that I will say you should go, you should not go. This is not the point. We are not creating rules. Everybody is free. If you are consulting me and asking me if I should go or not, it's because you should have a legitimate doubt and not a decision about your desires. The decision about your desires, you have to take it, not me. I was just amazed. I said, my God, this guy is so true. How I'm asking him to tell if I should go to the class or not. And actually, I did not want to go to the class. And that's why I went to him. So that he just say, yes, you don't need to go. Go to the city and go, I don't know, to the restaurant. You know, I don't want him to get, let's say, think that I'm not interested in the class, get sad with me and all this. As if the teacher was going to get sad. My God, Vishwanatha did not came to the class. I'm not going to teach Vedanta anymore in my life. I'm very sad. He went to eat a pizza. He does not like the ashram food. Swamiji, it's not that I don't like the ashram food. Please let me go to the city just to make something different. This is fake. It's totally fake. But this is what we do. And our personality is so strong, our ego is so strong, that does not let us really connect to the other person. We just make this like role play, you know. It's a joke, I tell you. A very big joke, what we live. And because of this joke, these real relations, they cannot happen. Between a student and a teacher, there are no rules. We don't have a rule of what should be done or not should be done. And a teacher, if it's a true teacher, he'll never do something that is going against the student. Even if it looks wrong. I had so many examples in my own path. Things that I would see the Swamis and the other teachers saying and telling about me and doing, and I think that it's wrong. And after some like 5-10 years, I just go back and see what happened, and then came to know about other facts, about other people, and I just say, oh, they did what was the best. Like they were trying to do at least the best for everyone. But I did not have, let's say, the knowledge, the real knowledge about what was happening. Not because nobody told me, just because I could not access it. The emotions structure behind it was very difficult to understand because my own emotions was not solved by that time. At the same time, like what people need to compensate their own emotions, it's not clear. If it was clear, it was not going to be there. I was a student. And all students, they have this thing, you know. They are never clear. Everything they tell, in the end, they will say like this. This is what I believe. Is it correct? This is what I think. I think that for me, the best thing to do is silence meditation. Just be in silence for a while. I think this is the best thing to me to do right now. Swamiji, what do you think? Hey, this is not the correct attitude. You don't come to a doctor and say like this, oh, I think I should take this medicine or that medicine. What do you think? I'm correct. Hey, the other person is a teacher. His role is to tell you, actually, because you don't know. And if this is not clear, then the connection cannot happen. First point. So first thing, I have to understand that I come from an ignorance basis. And then the good result will come if I'm able to follow an instruction of a person that knows. First thing. The second thing is, why would, as an ignorant person, trust another person? That's something really interesting. Why should I follow somebody? Why should I accept the suggestions of the Swami and the teacher and just do it? Okay. The second part is not logical. It's very interesting. The second part is there is some sort of trust that is built between people that are not based like in only the, let's say, the analysis of the experience. People have connection between each other. Maybe you see a person and you feel that you can trust. There is a feeling, we have this. And actually this second point is the most important thing, to find the teacher for you. More than what the teacher knows, how much he has studied and whatever. We have to find a person that we can trust and we can really connect. We can really say, okay, tell me what to do and I will try to do my best at least and see if it works. You know, while the mind does not give this opportunity of connecting, the relation between the teacher and the student will not be real. It will always be something like, I have some ideas in my mind, and let's see what the Swami has to say, let's see what the teacher has to say. This I will follow, this I will not follow. This I don't agree. Okay, it's a way, we can start like that, but we cannot overcome our personality like that. We cannot. The personality to be overcome in the sense like to be, let's say, without the poison that the personality has to make us unhappy and to put us in depression and all this. It needs external help. And this external help should be done in a total surrender, not in partial surrender, in a total surrender. If you are able to surrender completely, you know, then you can take the most. Then you can just like see for yourself if it works or not, actually. Why you don't surrender completely to something? You cannot really say it works. Think about it. If somebody wants to study Vedanta and then he listens one class from one teacher, one class from another teacher, and then read some books, and then this, and then do that, and then they say, okay, Vedanta is not working. Does it really work or not? The person cannot tell because she's doing whatever she thinks. She's not following anything actually. You know, and if there is a method, you should follow the method. If the medicine says you have to take 4 times during 4 days and you take 3 days and the disease does not go away, can you tell the medicine does not work? You cannot tell the medicine does not work. So, the knowledge is to be given in a teacher-student relation. And this teacher-student relation is a complete bond. We have to trust that the other person wants what is good for us, that it's an honest person, and that it's not that the person is perfect, but the person has at least gone through the process that I want to go through also. So it's a safe person. It's not a crazy person like creating some ideas of what to do, what is life, what is this. No, it's a person telling about how his teacher told him what is life and how these teachings helped him to become what he is. And I'm able to appreciate a little bit how he is and how he behaves. And this makes my heart a little bit calm when I see him and when I listen. So I'm able to trust. And if this happens, what is very interesting is like this. It's very often that in the relation we start to see flaws Flaws because we cannot understand completely what is happening like between the students and all this. We cannot understand completely, so we just say that things are not completely perfect, you know. That is the moment that the trust is more important. If we don't think it's proper at all, it's better we go and ask the teacher. Teacher, this happened like this. I'm not able to understand why you act like that. This is very important to do, because this will build the trust. Okay, it has to be built up. It's not something that you just come and you trust 100% and surrender yourself. It does not work like this. It's going to be block by block, being built block by block, every day, in every action, until the moment that I say, yes, this person is just like, it's almost 2 years that I'm with her, with him, and I feel there is a connection, and it's something that I can really surrender myself. And then suddenly you will see that the same teaching gives a completely different result. Not only in the vision of Vedanta, but in the way it changes the way we behave. Do you know why? Because when we see the Karate Kid movie, and we see the master teaching the student, something gets excited inside of us. We have this ability of putting ourselves in the hands of the other person and let the person make the change in our mind, you know, like the master will do with the disciple. We have this ability, and we have to be able to give that to the teacher. People say that the teacher is compared to a sculptor, you know, somebody that's going to make a murti, make a sculpture, you know. But the problem is that in the teacher position, he's not doing a sculpture in a stone that is steady and there. You just like, no, the stone is walking around, so it's very difficult. Sometimes you click and then, oh my God, I don't want this, and then he goes all the way. Then you have to stop the job. Then it takes like 1 year, the stone come back. And then now you click the other side, then you say, oh my God, I don't want to do this, meditation is not for me, I'm too old to learn Sanskrit. Oh my God, okay, come this side. Click! And then it's very difficult. If the stone stays still, it's very easy. It just takes some few years and the job is over, you know. Vedanta, the Vedic tradition, all the subjects that are related to the Vedic tradition, they are so vast. Nobody can really, let's say, take everything and put in the mind. There are so many Upanishads to study, so many texts to understand, so many sutras to learn, so many grammatical terms in Sanskrit, and so many, everything is just like mind-boggling how big it is. It's like a dense forest, you know. If you just want to walk by yourself in the forest, you just get lost and you don't earn anything. Nothing comes to the pocket. In the end, you lose everything. If you really want to get something, you need a guide, dot. And if you don't trust the guide, don't go. Test the guide first, change the guide, do whatever you need. But you cannot start the journey without trusting the guide. That is something that cannot be like compromised at all, you know. And all these things have to be like properly understood in the beginning, because this makes the job really easy. That's why this course is like, I think it's very important, you know, because some people have already been studying for a lot of years maybe, you know, but some things are not in the proper place, and this makes a lot of difference, you know. Anyway, I think we are over. No, I have some more minutes. And in the next class, we are going to be talking about some other basic concepts. I have given the name today with my friends here. This will be the Vedanta basic concepts. Like, let's talk about all the basic concepts that a person should know to understand Vedanta properly, you know, and to study properly. Because it's the beginning, you know. I hope you enjoy all this that's being said. And actually it's a little bit as a challenge for me, because although I have learned in English, I have been teaching for 2 years in Portuguese. Now I have to change back to English, everything again, every example again and all this. It's a good exercise, I'm enjoying. Anyway, so I will end here, and then we can talk a little bit also if you have something to say or any question. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Harihi Om.